part of me in the process was wondering, how am I going to deal with when I get to the end of this? Because at least taking care of everything, you keep your mind busy, and it's what, like I've said before, it's the business of death and what you're taking care of. And when you are in that business mode of taking care of everything, you're not stopping long enough to process the loss. And when those moments hit, like I would go to the grocery store and start crying because my mom and I always went to the grocery store together. When those moments hit, that's when, I've said before at the end of these videos, just you have to lean into your grief and you have to let the tears come. So I would leave the grocery store many times and just sit in my car and cry because I miss not having her there. I missed us joking about people in the store that leave their cart in the damn middle of the aisle and you can't get around. I miss yelling at her because she'd pick up something sugary and sweet. I'm like an elementary school kid. And I'm like, put that down. You don't need that. Just stop with the sugar. But then those moments would end, and then it's back into business mode. Who am I going to call tomorrow? And I'm fortunate because she had set everything up, but so many people aren't. I've had friends who've had their loved one pass, and it's just the frustration to hear in their voice when you already feel defeated because you're grieving and you've lost this person who meant so much to your life. And now you've got to be taking care of all of these arrangements and accounts and files, and you don't want to miss anything. You want to make sure you're taking care of everything like you need to. Make sure any property that they have, a home, an apartment, make sure their place is taken care of. I mean, many people, if your loved one, like my mom was with me, and I know her house in Virginia, she didn't have anybody renting it. It was just there for when she would go back. So I knew it was going to be okay. But there are people whose loved ones, are living in a house and separate from them. And you have to go there and you have to take care of that home and make sure everything's all right. If they have a pet, you have to go and make sure that their pets are okay and have a home and are getting fed and taken care of. So that becomes something you're wondering, what do I do? What do I do with this cat or this dog, this bird? Who's going to take care of the goldfish? I'd like to think some old people have like a ferret or something really cool that would be really fun. But shit, someone said, you got to go take care of your mom's ferret. I'm like, ooh, I don't know how to take care of a ferret. I can take care of dogs, cats, maybe birds, and fish, not a ferret. But you have to think about those things and know who's going to take care of their pet. Know who's going to be able to go and make sure the house is okay. Collect the bills, collect mail that your loved one has coming. So many things that you don't think about. It's one of those, don't ask, don't tell situations because it's a sad thing to talk about. Like the only two constants in life, birth and death. You're born and you die. And sadly, it's like you end up in the same position. There's a movie, Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons. And it's like you're fucked either way. I mean, watching that movie was enlightening in the last 6 years. It was on one of the channels. I was like, let me go ahead and watch this movie again. And I watched it and I'm like, oh my gosh. Wouldn't matter whether you're born old and age young or like we are now. You're born and you age old. It doesn't matter. But at least birth is the happy place. Death is definitely the sad place. So I would say the top 4 things initially would be knowing your loved one's wishes as far as their remains and what kind of service they may want. Second, once a death certificate is in hand, make sure you notify Social Security as soon as possible. And then third, notify their retirement account. Anything that has deposits going into a fund or an account for your loved one, cancel those so you don't have to do a return later of the funds. And 4, make sure you're taking care of any home or where they were living. Seriously, girl? Seriously. And then 4, Minnie, can you lay down, please? Those little ticky ticky nails are getting to me. Ticky 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 ticky. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? Making sure any pets that your loved one had are being taken care of. Those are the top 4. After you've taken care of the first 4 things on the list, take a breath. Remember your loved one. When you feel sad and you want to cry, cry. Don't hold it back because it builds up. Sadly, at this place in life, a lot of friends and people I know are losing their loved ones. So some of us have gotten together in a group to, kind of talk about it and how we're feeling and what we've been dealing with. And it's really, really crazy how many of us are in the same boat and in the same position. And the more stories I listen to and the more people I talk to, hearing, how there were fuck ups at their hospital, how their parent was just as stubborn as mine, how they wanted to shake their loved one for not taking better care of themselves and doing what needed to be done and ignoring medical things that had popped up that they should have had taken care of or gone to see a doctor about. Talking to others who had been in that same situation and how they got through it and what they were dealing with just immensely helped put more things into perspective with my mom's treatment, with how everything went for her and all the stuff I was having to deal with. And you need to be gentle. For me, I just needed to remember my mom. I needed to have my moments. I needed to be able to cry. I needed to mourn her and miss her. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell to stay up to date on all new videos.